as far as the influence part, the influences of the sound pretty much came from like that golden era of hip hop, or maybe like right after it, honestly, because I think the golden era really wasn't I was still kind of too young to really catch that, but like that wave, like right where Biggie and Pop died, like, or right before they died, like that era is like what I really like can remember the most. Like where I ain't know nothing, didn't think in a million years I'm gonna be it. I want to do that one day, but you know what I'm saying? It's like I love that music. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember being super young and like being at like some family member's house, and the Biggie, the song with like Puff, P Diddy and the fam, like that what's it called? More Money, More Problems. The video came on and it was like a pop in a living room. Like everybody, oh, this is my song, and they ran to the remote and turned it up, and everybody that was in the living, it's like 5-6 people, but it was like a pop. It was like everybody like popped up and was like, yo, this is my joint. And it's like, that's the feeling of what it's like to see a hit. And like, but this is young, impressionable. Like, I don't know how old I am, but I'm like really a super young kid. And I remember seeing that pop, like, oh yeah. And then I'm thinking like, yeah, I actually like this song too. But I just like great music. I don't even know if I got influences for real that I like really cater to. One of my biggest things though, I like how I used to love that. I apologize. I loved how with Jay-Z, I could listen to a Jay-Z song and always learn just a little bit more about him. I thought that was amazing. Like, he wouldn't tell you his whole story in one song, and some he would go more in depth than others. But every single Jay-Z song you heard, you found out a little bit more about him, and you could piece it together. And I felt like I knew the guy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is me being a fan. I'm like, that's really cool. So I try to do that. I try to be personable. And then it also helps because selfishly, music is therapeutic for me. For me, it's a selfish thing. I'm be honest. When I create music, it's selfish. It's very therapeutic for me. And then when I get it out, I just hope and bank on people finding a connection in their own personal life. You know what I'm saying, with it. But it's cool that I get to be as personable as I can for my therapeutic selfishness, but then allow it to, you know, hopefully correlate and relate to someone else and give them the same thing. And I believe the last part of that you asked was, how did I kind of transition from being like a fan to like an actual artist? That came about, honestly, I was a little bit thrust into it. Like I had always showed signs of it. Like I would be at like the family cookouts with the cousins my age, and we battle, and I'd be battling them, you know, battling my cousins, and you know, I was always reciting the songs, you know what I'm saying? You know the old saying, like your parents say, oh, you know all the lyrics to such and such song, you better know your homework, like that, you know, that whole little joint. But I ain't want to take it serious because really at the time, like at that age when I started actually doing it, like, all right, are you about to do this professionally? It was like Bow Wow and Lil Romeo weren't hot anymore. You know what I'm saying? They was like on that, they were like too old to be cute anymore. They were like starting to be a grown people, and it was like, oh no, I don't want to fall off like that. Let me wait till I'm like 50 Cent, like, and like grown, you know what I'm saying? And my uncle had just started a label. He was like doing party promotion, and the city was shooting up every single party. So it was like, you know, he was like, man, I'm getting out of promotion. I want to start music, and I want you to be an artist. And I was like, nah, you gotta wait. He called me every day for like 6, I promise you, the most persistent, consistent person I've ever met. Yo, I'm starting this label, come rock with me. And I was like, nah. I even put him on to somebody else. I put him on to this girl I was talking to. Her older sister was like really dope and winning talent shows. I put him on to her. He signed her, and I seen what she did for him. I mean, what he did for her. He had her opening up for like G-Unit and Young Buck. They was fire at the time. Like at like homecomings, and I'm like, oh. So, you know, that's when I like first jumped in, and eventually that turned into like an unsigned hype, you know, in the source. But yeah, that was like my thrust into it. And once I caught the bug though, it was over. Like I haven't stopped since. This is my identity. This is my love right here.